children with autism can be happy and they can have fun. All they need is start with a little love, patience, and understanding, and they can do whatever.
You know, there's still this sense, this feeling out in the world that autism is a bad thing.
It's all in how you look at it. I mean, Jacob's going to have a lot of challenges in his life. And right now, I guess with him being 5½, he may not be aware of what the challenges are that he has now, but maybe when he gets older, he'll be able to understand that. But I think if we can teach him that it's okay, that he's different, and that different isn't bad, different is just different. And if we can get other people to understand that, I think we'll be in great shape. I think we'll be okay.
Children with autism, they open up, there's a whole new world. A whole new world of opportunities and struggles, but think of the opportunity side. I mean, I really do believe that these children see the world differently than other children, and that offers a tremendous opportunity. It offers an opportunity for others to understand people that are different. But it also, there's so many advances that can be made, I'm convinced, only through these children. But you as their parent, you have to guide them. You have to allow them to get to the point where they are happy with what they do and accept what they do. And you've been kind of selected or chosen as part of this journey, and it's a tough journey at times. But one of the greatest things about it is you will meet some really, really good people along the way. And nothing will make you happier than when you kind of sit back and say, that person was kind to my child. My child was different, but they were kind to them. And you'll be that person someday. I mean, that's one of the things I kind of look forward to after this is kind of, I know Sean, will be a lifelong journey, but kind of to say, hey, people can make a big difference on how some of these kids develop, and that's what we got to strive for.
Early on, my husband and I decided that the most important thing for him is his happiness. It didn't matter if he ever learned to write. It didn't matter if he ever lived on his own, as long as he was happy. That was the first thing. Now, everything we get above that is gravy. He does dress himself in the morning. He can get himself ready for school. He makes his own toast in the morning. And those are all very positive, wonderful things that we hold on to, that we hope that he will live on his own eventually. Do we have that fear in the back of our head that he might not? Yeah, and that's our life. Do my daughters have to make adjustments for him? And they're very, very generous, kind people because they have him in their life. And I'm glad they have that. It makes them much more tolerant people and hopefully open-minded adults. So I don't look at him as this, he's not this big baggage that we're carrying around all the time, worrying and wondering and whatnot, because he brings so many other aspects to our lives that we would have never been exposed to otherwise. The worry's always there, but you just keep trucking along and trying different things, and this will work, and this will work for a while, and it won't work this time, and you just move on. He's taught me patience beyond my wildest expectation, and I think that's a good thing.
He's always been just so incredibly sweet, and he's okay with it. We're more upset for him than I think he is for him. He just kind of wants, I don't know if he doesn't know. Sorry.
Do you want to stop? We can stop if you want.
He doesn't ask much from you, and he's always there if you need something. And he is just a warm, loving kid. that doesn't really have a whole lot of expectations from you. You know, doesn't demand you to behave in a certain way in order for him to approve of you or to continue loving you or anything else. And I don't think I've ever been like that. And I would like to be like that.
The kid has got, you know, the diagnosis. If he, you know, give the parent, you know, some understanding and a few good words, but, you know, don't write the kid off. Give him a chance.
The world's a better place when people can learn about these things, and people need labels. They tend to need a name for these things, and so a label can be very useful that way. But you know, my son's a person, and he has things to contribute, and people need to be understanding of him, and he needs to be understanding of them.
Since I've had Zach, and Matt and I have gone through everything that we have and learned all that we have, we've really just learned that, we've kind of learned that again, to just accept people and accept kids. And actually I'd rather go up and meet that little kid who's screaming in the grocery store now than to, you know, walk away or offer, you know, oh, I guess someone needs their nap, which I've heard a million times. So I think Zach's taught us how to just appreciate people for just who they are.
There's so many parents who do get stuck in the why did this happen to us and why did this happen to him, and they don't reach that place of just accepting him or her for who they are. And this is what they are, and this is what they're always going to be. Their symptoms could be, I don't know if masked is the right word, but their symptoms can diminish, but that's still how their mind is always going to work, period. So I don't like when people use the word cure or recovered from, because a diabetic isn't cured from diabetes because they manage their diabetes, and I equate it the same way. And I actually had that conversation recently with another parent who's waiting to have their child diagnosed, and I, you know, said you're never going to know. You're going to question. You're going to have a theory or an inkling of what you think happened or why. But in order to help this child, you need to get, you can't focus on that. You have to move on.
That needs to just